Prayer of the day is a prayer for strength. Our Father, sometimes the cares of the day seem to multiply while the blessings fade so quickly. Our bodies grow tired and our minds even more tired. Jesus, help us, give us your permission, your promise in your word. Give us the power to take the next step. Give us your grace for that we know in our weaknesses your strength is revealed. May we receive it today. Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
University Hospital.
Okay, Jerry, you want to start us off with item number 1?
Yes, approved supplemental appropriations for supplemental from the auditor's office and the REEF for upcoming appraisal contract services, cash transfers, reversing transfers from the building department to the capital reserve fund for permanent inspection fees related to the construction of the new county office building, which will need to be paid with a county check. And vouchers, among others, I approved $104,105 from the Commissioner's Office to Ravenwood for the first quarter commitment to the youth center operations, and $27,500 from Water Resources to Cornerstone Earthworks LLC for the excavation and installation of a full depth manhole, and revenue certification from the sheriff for additional revenue received into their 911 fund.
Thank you. Jerry, take number 2.
And, just regular approvals, non-financial. April 6th, I concurred with Chester Township trustees in not requesting a hearing on the liquor license being requested by Burrito Express Fresh Mexican Grill LLC, doing business as Burrito Express, located at 8399 Mayfield Road in Chesterland, Ohio. And on April 8th, the Department on Aging approved the promotion of Melissa Wheeler to the position of Assistant Senior Centers Supervisor from Recreation and Education. Approved her to the promotion to the Assistant Senior Centers Supervisor from the Recreation and Education Coordinator to be effective April 19th, 2021 at the rate of $22.42 per hour with a 180-day probationary period. The liquor concurred with Auburn Township trustees in not requesting a hearing on the liquor license being requested by 17711 Ravenna Road Incorporated, doing business as Auburn Arts District, located at 17711 Ravenna Road in Chagrin Falls, Ohio, Auburn Township. And for Water Resources, approved and executed service contract agreement with the Bergren Associates Incorporated to perform maintenance services and installation of all telemetry and control systems, including meter calibration at various wastewater facilities within the department for a 2-year period in an amount not to exceed $10,000, $5,000 per year, and approved and executed a service contract agreement with the Bergren Associates Incorporated to perform maintenance service and installation of all telemetry and control systems, including meter calibration at various water facilities within the department for a 2-year period in an amount not to exceed $20,000, $10,000 per year.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thanks, Jerry.
And number 3, the Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute the minutes for the meeting March 23rd.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWitt?
Yes. Adrian?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, today's financials include an appropriations transfer to maintenance in their equipment account for a new trailer, lawnmower, and a replacement copier. Appropriations transfer to the sheriff for miscellaneous reimbursement checks that were deposited into the general fund. Cash transfers include one from the general fund to public assistance for our April through June 2021 mandated share, to the Department of Development, Community and Economic Development for their first quarter payroll funding, and to Family First for our April through June 2021 commitment. Encumbrances included then and now from the Common Pleas Court, to Thrasher, Dinsmore, and Dolan for mediation fees not previously encumbered, and a travel from the engineer's office to attend an Echelon Front Muster 010 leadership training event in Orlando, Florida. And also vouchers include a $13,614 payment from Planning Commission to Envision Group LLC for payment number 7 for the general plan update consultation services, and the project completion percentage is about 85% right now on that.
Very good.
Motion.
Just real quick, the maintenance equipment, that was the trailer lawnmower replacement copier, that was all budgeted for this year, is that right?
The trailer and lawnmower were not directly budgeted,
Mm-hmm.
but that's part of their, instead of, because when they went out for the cost to hire somebody to do the lawn care.
Oh, that's right.
It was too high, so.
So they're in-house.
So it wasn't, yeah, so it wasn't officially budgeted as a new trailer and lawnmower, it was
Okay.
budgeted within that lawn care.
So they'll be doing some of this in-house
So we
instead
did,
of
yes,
going.
instead of, yeah, because the prices, they came in like double what they were last
Okay,
year.
okay.
Yeah, and I talked to Glenn yesterday too, and he said over the last couple of years that they've started doing that, they've saved probably anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000, so.
Okay.
Kind of the same way they did with the snowplow.
Snow
this
plowing,
past year.
yep, yep. Very good, okay.
Plus, you guys will get a tan, too. Don't forget that.
Very
That's where
good.
you'll start finding me.
There you go.
Yeah, very-
You'll have an umbrella, though, when you're mowing the grass, if I know you. Is there a motion on?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Commissioner Williams?
Yes.
Commissioner Hall?
Yes.
Okay, and then the next item actually on the agenda is requesting that the president of the board execute amendment number 1 to the agreement to provide professional consulting services with Maximus Consulting Services Incorporated to perform services rendered in the development of the county's central services cost allocation plan. This will extend our services through June 30th of 2022, and it's in the amount of $11,000.
And what's that for?
This is cost allocating
Mhm.
some of the expenses that the
Mhm.
general fund incurs
Mm-hmm.
in servicing departments outside the general fund.
Mm-hmm.
So like the prosecutor, the auditor, the treasurer, our office, taking some of those expenses and allocating them to departments that are outside the general fund.
Okay,
But we service them, so they're essentially paying a portion of the cost of the departments in the general fund.
and so this is, would you say it was a consultant?
Maximus is the one, I send all of our financial data to them,
Mm-hmm.
and they develop the cost allocation.
Oh, okay.
So they determine what costs can be allocated,
Mhm.
and in what percentage to allocate them to all the departments, based on different criteria.
And we've done that in the past?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Many, many years.
okay,
At least 15.
okay. Very
Yeah.
good. Okay.
We,
That way we know the numbers of each department.
Mhm.
yeah. And, yeah, so, and it gives us a better idea too of what the departments cost as well. 'Cause,
I see,
you know,
yeah.
we're not doing all this for them without there being any sort of reimbursement for it. Now, and there is probably gonna be one more year of this, we kinda wanted to get us into the new building.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're probably gonna be looking at, some other way of allocating those costs,
Mm-hmm.
because we're all gonna kinda be under one roof at that
Right,
point.
sharing some of a lot of those.
Yeah, it'll probably be something similar, but it'll be a little bit different on how it's allocated probably.
Right, right.
And after the new building, then this number will decrease.
The $11,000?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, we'll probably, be asked to go out and bid that at that point.
At that time.
So, because we've been with Maximus now for a while, and it's probably time to go out and
Review it.
see what else is out there yet.
Mhm.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, thank you.
Your motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner Hall?
Yes.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thanks, Adrian.
Stevie and Jean are here for the resolution for national therapy.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Do you want to read that or call them in? or-
She's coming up.
Oh,
Oh, good. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Morning.
I'm Stevie.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
My pleasure. And this is Jeep.
Jeep.
I'm Jeep's mommy and handler. And Jeep is a therapy dog. We're with several groups. And I'm just here to share some stories that you can, if you don't do this, you can't feel what I feel. It's amazing. But I would like to share some of that with you. We do different hospitals. We have done assisted living. We've done hospice. And with hospice, I've had an experience where a lady was in a wheelchair with her eyes closed, crying and crying, and she had seen Jeep before. And touched Jeep. I put her hand on, and she just was laying there like this and just smiled from ear to ear. The power of the bond between animals and humans are absolutely amazing. And in our program, we have dogs, we have cats, and there's actually a horse named Willie Nelson, and he can sing. So
That's
and
a
it's
great name.
yeah, and he goes to all the hospitals from South Akron, Akron up to Cleveland. So he does a good job. That's a heck of a cleanup to get him in a hospital, I'm sure. We've also done the memory units. We mainly do children, Jeep and I. Jeep, I just hold the leash and drive him. Come here, buddy. And
Just real quick, the name of your organization is Pet Partners, right?
Pet Partners,
Okay, yeah.
and most of us belong to several of them. There are several organizations that certify you. This one is Pet Partners.
Very good.
Each hospital, as you get tested from Pet Partners, you then get tested by each hospital or where you go, if it's a assisted living or whatever. And the training for this is not so easy for these pups. You have to not pick up food on the floor. Well, when you go into an assisted living or a memory unit or pediatrics, there's going to be food on the floor. And he's not allowed to get that. It's like, not yours, not yours, not yours. It's like, why? But, I mean, the training is, my one training was they made a Italian meatball, and he loves white paper towels. He doesn't eat them, he chews them. So they put it on a white paper towel. And would Jeep like this? I go, yeah, he would. And, well, why can't he have it? So you make up some excuse he can't have it. And so it's a little torturous, but well worth it. With the pediatrics, the gifts I get back, people say, do you get paid? Sit, Jeep, sit. When he's bored, he'll bark a little bit. The things we get, I've walked into a child that's had a heart transplant, a very small child, old enough to notice there's a dog in the room, and the difference in the way that the child reacts. I walked into a room one time, and this young man hadn't said a word for 2 weeks. His parents were there, and he touched Jeep and started chatting with him. And it was like his parents were just, oh my God. The benefits of these dogs are, I could go on and on with the different things. It's just, to experiences, people say, do you get paid? And I say, yeah. Smiles, giggles, and comfort. And that's better. I mean, we all like to have a little money there, but, to see this is amazing. And I'm just very proud of him and glad to be part of the program. I am in the process of doing my other dog shortly. And we go to different hospitals, and the things you just got reevaluated at one of the hospitals because we've been gone a year because of COVID. One of the hospitals has let us back in, only in the lobby. So then I get the mother that comes in, can you go to room 404, please? My daughter needs to see him. And I go, I can't. But soon, we're doing baby steps to get back in. No. So it's an amazing program, and it would really, the benefits they have shown from research are amazing. Lowers blood pressure, heart rate, takes fear away, anxiety away. Like I said, brought speech to this little young man. It's just amazing. And we have cards, they're like little baseball cards from different hospitals that we give out. And one day when I was in a room, a little girl gave me her card and thanked us for coming in, so it was the opposite. But it's kind of nice, it's neat, the kids come, and I went into a room at one point, all right, you win. So, thank you. And she was afraid of Jeep. She was totally afraid of Jeep. And so I sat back, and her grandmother was in there. And all of a sudden, she just saw how mellow he was and gentle, and she became not afraid of him. And every week that I went back, she had to see Jeep. When I walked down the hall, the staff was like, oh yeah, there's Jeep, my favorite dog. And I'm thinking, you sell that to all the doggies, don't you? But he is very good at his job, and I'm very lucky. So it would be really wonderful if we could support the therapy animals and handlers, or mommies and daddies, they're both the same, supporting the proclamation celebrating April 30th as a National Animal Therapy Day. I had a t-shirt already, but it didn't come yet that said that. So this is what you got. So, any questions about anything? Yes?
Yes. How old is Jeeps?
Jeep is 6 years old, acts like 10, and looks like 10.
Yeah. I was gonna
Except in the
say,
backyard.
Yep.
Yeah, I get people that all the time, they go, oh, that lovely old dog. How could I go, he's only 6.
Is he purebred lab?
Yeah, no, yes, golden retriever.
Golden retriever.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Give me 5, Jeep. Give me 5. Thank you. Got the tricks.
Great.
So, your support's welcome, and thank you for letting me share my experiences. I could go on and on with experiences, but I don't want to bore you. Sure. Oh, there we go.
Thank you so very
You're
much
so
for coming
welcome.
in. We very much appreciate
Our
that.
pleasure. Our
And we
pleasure.
have a resolution as well, memorializing and recognizing April 30th as National Therapy Animal Day. And well, I'll make that, you made the motion, I'll second that.
Okay.
And we'd like to present this to you. Yes.
Yeah. What this up?
No. That's, he has to be moving all the time. Say hi, Jeepy.
Yeah. To put you in the middle here.
Oh, yes. Come here, Jeepy. Come on.
She's like, I don't want to cooperate.
But on behalf of the county commissioners, we'd like to present you with this resolution, and thank you for bringing joy and happiness to the people in the hospitals and things like that.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Jeep,
Jeepy, look.
Jeep.
Who's here? Donnie.
there you go.
Can I give you my black lab for a few months? I don't know, the Jeep would be interesting with my 2 kids because they're constantly handing food out to the dogs. I don't know how that would work. But
Well,
yeah.
you know, he can't, he's not supposed to lick, he's not supposed to get the food out.
For sure.
He breaks once in a while.
Yeah.
He might give a kid a lick or two, and
Hey,
the
that's
parents go, that's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for coming in. Appreciate
Our
it.
pleasure. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Be well. He smells my horses.
Okay, Jeepy, come on. Let's go.
Marty and Gina, come on up.
Do you want to have a motion to waive the reading of the legal notice?
Yes.
Morning.
Second. Morning.
Commissioner Lemon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWitt?
Yes.
Okay.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
So we're here just to talk briefly about the upcoming process for the community development block grant.
If you guys can sign in for us for the
This
public
year's
hearing.
allocation is going to be approximately $284,000. What we wanted to just mention briefly is that this Thursday, April 15th, we will be hosting a CDBG workshop for prospective applicants to, number one, learn about the program, and number two, learn how to submit an application for that project.
Where's that going to be held?
That's going to be via Zoom.
Okay.
There's a flyer that's posted on our Community and Economic Development website, along with the application. Provides all the details about the workshop and the time, and meeting ID, password.
Thank you.
Have you gotten good response, RSVP on that?
Excellent response.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, we're about up to 21.
Excellent,
attendees.
okay,
It's
okay.
been great.
21 projects, ideas for
Well,
the...
no, actually just 21 folks that have signed up
Oh,
Just
okay.
to
in our
go-
community that's interested in learning
Yeah,
more
how to
and
fill out the
submitting an
grant, yeah.
application.
Okay,
Yep, you
good.
bet. So very
And,
good.
lastly, it's going to be, the application is due on May 6th,
May
so
6th.
just wanted to make sure everybody knows that's an important deadline.
Yeah, yeah. I know, I feel like sometimes this stuff with the Zoom and these different meetings, it gets lost in the,
Agreed.
you know,
Yeah.
it's kind of out of people's sight and out of mind, you know,
Yeah.
making sure that still gets out there.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. I think we did a good job in getting the word out to, obviously, our community, and
Mhm.
I feel pretty good about NDS handling the Zoom, so I think it'll go well.
Okay. Is there any way to put that on the county website?
Yeah, they're gonna go ahead and record it, on our behalf, and then we should be able to go ahead and get that clip to the site.
Oh, good, okay,
Mhm.
okay,
So-
very good.
And then how long is the process before it comes to our?
Well, I mean, the workshop is really the first step in it, and then, you know, really just educating folks on how to get the ball rolling with the
Mhm.
application. So again, May 6th, and we'll kind of know where we stand.
Then we'll review the applications the week of May 10th. We'll bring them to you.
Okay,
And
And
then
that's when-
set a date, probably in early June, to receive your approval.
Okay.
And then we'll send it to the state.
and I'm sorry, what was the dollar amount roughly again?
284,000.
284.
280?
Excellent.
Very many townships inquire about the class?
Got a couple.
Yeah. Quite a few nonprofits, which is exciting,
Mhm.
so, some new, which is great.
Good, okay.
All right.
Any other questions?
Any other questions, since this is a public hearing?
Yes. Diane Jones, I probably missed the information you gave at the beginning of your talk, but again, how do people become eligible, or what is the process to be able to sign up for the Zoom conference?
Well, the workshop explains what the program is all about and helps determine if you're eligible to apply. And you create a project that you'd like to do. And there's an application that's will be supplied that's also on the website. And so you have to fill out that application and submit it by May 6th.
So this information is all at the, the Office of Community Development then?
Yes,
Or-
correct.
Okay.
Anybody has
You
any
could
questions?
reach out to us directly, or, you know, get it from the website as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you.
You bet.
Any other questions? Okay, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Public hearing.
Close the
Close the
hearing.
public hearing.
9:55. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good day.
I don't think anybody's here from the auditors.
Would you like to read number 8?
The auditor's office is requesting the board approve and execute the service contract agreement with Cable Communications Incorporated to perform the software upgrade of 3 video servers to Milestone 2020 for the period of 1 year in an amount not to exceed $2,626.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes. Engineer's office.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nick.
Item 9 on the agenda is requesting the board release the 33% reduction on maximum load limits on all county and township roadways.
Oh, good. They got that in the rear view mirror here, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
People understand.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on who you watch, but, you know, if the frost and the, you know, the
Yeah.
intent of the reduction, all that frost and thaw is out of the soil, so.
Good, so moved.
Second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Item number 10 on the agenda is requesting the board award the bid to Eclipse Company LLC for the asphalt resurfacing of Washington Street, CH 606, sections F through J in Auburn Township in the amount of $2,426,190.60 as they represented the lowest and best bid.
So Eclipse asphalt resurfacing, that's new. I didn't know they did resurfacing. Is that something new they're getting into, or?
No, so the project is the asphalt resurfacing, but it also includes maintenance, storm drainage, so
Okay.
it's a split. The sub work is they'll sub out to a contractor, the asphalt, which
Yeah.
will be Shelley Company is who they have proposed to use.
Okay, they'll be doing the paving?
Doing the paving work,
Mhm.
more than qualified to perform the work, to do
Okay.
the asphalt resurfacing, but Eclipse would be handling all of the re-ditching,
The earthwork.
embankment, storm sewers, catch basins, erosion control. They're just being the, if you want to consider the prime, or,
Yep.
you know, on the contract.
Okay, so it called this project asphalt resurfacing for Washington Street? I don't know, is that,
It's a general,
Okay.
it includes the storm, you
Okay.
know, because the majority of what we're gonna see when we're all said and done, you're not gonna see the storm sewers, you're gonna see the asphalt. So it's not a reconstruct, it's not a widening, it's,
gotcha.
you know, ultimately a storm maintenance improvement.
Okay,
And this is gonna be less
We're actually narrowing
Narrowing the road.
the existing roadway up,
Okay.
shifting it about 3 to 4 feet, bring it to center line. So we'll be actually, some can consider it a road diet, if you want to,
Mhm.
from that standpoint.
Good. How are the bids overall?
We had 5 bidders.
Mhm.
The estimate was 2.9. All of the bidders, 4 of the bidders were under the 2.9. One bidder was like a 0.01% over. So everything, all the bids looked, they were acceptable contractors.
Good.
There was 212,000 change between 1 and 2.
Excellent.
So
Competitive, yeah. Very good. Okay, I'll make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Item 11 on the agenda is requesting the board approve and execute the contract with Grade Line for the replacement of the Thompson Road Bridge structure in Thompson Township. You previously awarded this contract. This is just executing the contract that's gone through all approvals within the other departments and agencies within the county.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Aye.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Nick. Have a good one.
Department on Aging.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
How are you?
Very good.
Good morning.
Beautiful day, huh?
It is a beautiful day. The sun is shining.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go take that dog.
Flowers are blooming.
I know. Such a good-looking dog, isn't it? Yeah. You put a smile on my face, and that's not easy to do. Yeah.
Borrow for the day.
Yeah.
So the Department on Aging is requesting to advertise for bids for our assistance with daily living program. We currently have contracts with 4 different home health care providers that provide in-home assistance to the seniors to help them complete their activities of daily living. Much of it is personal care that they provide for the seniors in the home. They also will assist with some homekeeping activities, during the visit as needed. Our contract is ending August 14th with those 4 different providers. In our new contract that we hope to go out to bid, it would begin August 15th, 2021, and actually end December 31st, 2023. We typically do a 2-year contract. We found that kind of cumbersome, ending in the middle of a month and also not going to the end of our calendar fiscal year, so that was difficult. So we did extend this by 20 weeks and then plan to go back on a 2-year contract so that we'll run with calendar years in the future.
Good idea.
We do a number of things. Right now we have about 110 seniors that are on this program. And we do maintain a wait list. It's a fairly high sought-after program. We have about 60 seniors on the wait list. We're probably, it's probably between about 6 and 8 months of a wait list for people to wait for this program.
Is there any way to alleviate that wait list, or at least partial, or is it just strictly funding that's holding that back, or what is it?
Well, it's resources and the demand,
Okay.
That's what it's about.
Okay.
We've done a couple of things because this program, historically, we used to bring people onto the program that just needed homekeeping activities. And over the last 2 contract periods, we have looked at the level of care with the seniors that are using the program and where the highest need is. So we have moved towards folks only needing, personal care in terms of their eligibility. One of the things
So
that
there's a
we are-
review there, and you're looking for the most intense.
We look at the level
Yeah.
of care,
Mhm.
and actually that's looked at multiple times. When they come into the program, we're looking at level care. When the providers go out, the home health care agencies, they also do a level of care assessment, get those back to us so that we could kind of compare notes and look at what services are going to be provided for them. And then every 6 months, we do a level of care assessment. One of the things we're going to start doing this year is, because of our wait list, is we're really going to ramp up our referrals two passport programs. Western Reserve Area on Aging does the passport program. They will do a level of care, and if they qualify based on their level of care and their financial eligibility, they can go into a passport assistant or a passport Medicaid waiver, which could allow in-home services. Sometimes people are eligible to get 16 hours a week, 20 hours a week, depending on the level of care that they need. So we're really planning on ramping up that process, getting those referrals out. That's going to be part of our program guidelines this year, that folks be willing to accept those referrals and follow through on those referrals, because we do want to make sure that, you know, the seniors that need these services are getting them, whether it's through us or whether it's through another agency.
I see.
So we'll be
Oh,
working
good.
on that.
Okay. And have you seen referrals increase, decrease, stay the same, or, you know, with this whole, over the last year, or the reporting of it, or?
I will say they've been consistent. I've been here about 5 years, and in terms of people referring, they're very consistent. I will say that we have a much stronger relationship with Adult Protective Services. We're doing a lot of supportive services on their behalf. They'll do referrals for clients that they see need extra supports in the home in order to be able to maintain it in their home safely.
Sure.
So we get a lot of referrals, and we work very closely with Adult Protective Services for these folks. We get some self-referrals from the seniors that just know they need help. A lot of family referrals. We do see an increase in number where folks are getting discharged from hospitals. The hospital social workers will call us and try to get some services into place. We can very quickly put programs in like home delivered meals, those kinds of things, where we can get to the house and we're seeing them almost daily. You know, so we're able to get some things into place
That's
right
good.
away. This one we happened, you know, to get on a wait list. I will say that we do a lot of quality assurance with both our consumers and our agencies. Seniors, we send out a satisfaction questionnaire annually, get those back. The last one we did in 2020, we got about 60 responses out of 100 clients. So that was pretty good, very positive for all of the agencies that we work with. We also do an audit with the providers. We did that last summer with the current 4 providers that we have. And we're really looking to make sure that they're compliant with all of the organizational personnel policies that they have in place, in terms of, you know, making sure that they have client loss policies, reporting policies for incidents. We make a lot of requirements of them in terms of them being able to get back to us and get information to us very quickly if there is an incident that does occur. On a monthly basis, we review service logs for every client for every day of service that they have. So we're looking at, you know, if they're supposed to be getting a bath, are they getting a bath? You know, if they're supposed to be getting skin care done, are they getting skin care? So we spend a lot of time really looking at those things and making sure that the client is getting the service that we're contracting for. It's very important to us. Any questions?
No, just
Covered a lot.
I remember what you asked,
Yeah.
Commissioner, 2 years ago, and you were very interested in quality assurance and what we were doing for that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I've learned a lot, you know, over the last few years on exactly what you do and on how important it is. And a lot of it goes unseen, but I know, you know, Geauga County, we have a very good group like yourselves that stays on top of this. And, you know, we do
It's very
appreciate.
important to
Yeah,
us.
absolutely.
COVID brought a lot of things to light with that.
Yes,
You know, it
yeah,
really did with
yeah.
the in-home.
So is there a motion on 12?
I will make that motion. Yep.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes,
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
thank you so much.
Now 13? Is that-
Okay,
Yeah.
13.
Oh, okay.
Oh. I'm still here.
Yep.
Take it away.
Take it away. I can't follow that dog.
Yeah.
Anyhow, our department is asking for approval to execute a second modification of Western Reserve Area on Aging
We had funds left over from last year for the home delivered meal program. This helped provide frozen meals, weekend meals to clients. Unfortunately, they didn't tell us we had these extra funds until, I believe it was November, and said you need to use them by December 31st, which was impossible. So we asked, Jessica worked day and night, was able to convince them to let us carry them over. They just notified us of this last month, or last couple weeks ago, I guess. So we're gonna get funding, all the funding that we were supposed to get last year for the frozen meals, which is wonderful. And then also, they gave us an extra, I believe it was 1,000 units of supportive service. We get so much per service, which helps with our social workers calling the seniors to check on them, our adult day service coordinator calling and handling their clients that are still obviously at home. So that was just monies left over from last year that we were able to get rolled over to this year. So we didn't lose anything and we're gaining, so. That's it. That's my spiel.
About how many Meals on Wheels are registered to get their lunches?
We have about, I believe it's about 250
Okay.
per day.
Per day.
Right. And that increases, my gosh. Kristen, our home delivery coordinator, she spends days with, she'll have 3 or 4 people sign up. You know, she might have 1 or 2 pass away or get off for whatever reason. But they're just, they're coming on. We're adding more almost every day, every week.
And the Meals on Wheels is not only for Meals on Wheels, it's actually a wellness check.
It
Because
is.
when you knock
It
on the
is.
door,
Oh, yeah.
if nobody comes,
Right?
Yeah.
what do you do?
Yeah, they call in, they call their emergency contact. If that doesn't answer, if they don't answer, we get a hold of the local sheriff or police and we go check it out.
You know, and speaking on wellness checks, what you were saying in oversight, I know, you know, right now there's been a big uptick in scams, you know, and really a lot of them are focused at seniors and, you know, people are exploring getting on the internet and doing, you know, trying to stay in touch with their relatives, and a lot of seniors are maybe not familiar with how some of these things work and the spam emails. I know I almost got nabbed just last week. It was a Geek Squad saying they were going to renew my subscription for 2 years and they were going to charge me $400. So your reaction is like, what?
What?
You know,
Yeah.
you want to call and say,
Right.
well, what they do is they try and get you to log on to a secondary site where they can then get access to your computer. And once they're in your computer, they can, you know, they get access to your credit cards or whatever else you have on file there. So, and a lot of it, you know, talking to the sheriff's department, I know they're pretty proactive in trying to get the word out in the prosecutor's office, but in the Department of Aging too, you know, I know they're always trying to get that message out, but it's really easy to fall into that.
Sure is.
And you know, just but a lot of it, you know, even, you know, people posing as delivery, you know, like with the Amazon delivery packages, you know, they'll come to the front door and then they're going and somebody goes around the back and, you know, they're preying on people, so.
They prey on the vulnerable.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our seniors are vulnerable.
Yeah.
My mom just got that grandparents scam last week, or a couple weeks ago.
Yep,
A
that's
girl called and
another.
said, Grandma, it's, you know, I'm in Florida and I need money.
Money, yep, that's
You know,
another
and she
one.
said she thought about it, and then, because I have a niece that does go to Florida a lot for work,
Yeah,
but she said then it was like, no.
Yeah.
And they hung up on her, she's like, yeah, I must.
and a lot of times
They
people are
wanted,
too
but-
embarrassed to like
Yeah,
say that
say-
they fell for it,
Yeah.
right? So that it goes unreported, but,
Yeah, we
but-
put a lot of stuff, we try to get a lot in the newsletter on the
Mhm.
scams, and when we're open, we'll have like Chief Hildebrand and, you know, just different ones that'll come and do their speeches and, you know, talks about this stuff, because it's so scary.
So, not to jump around, but the senior centers, you know, have been closed, right?
Right.
And is there any talk about when that would get going again, or, yeah?
We would love to get open.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we cannot do it until we can get, I can't remember what it's called, but we have to be able to do testing.
Doctor's order.
Yeah, so it's like an overall doctor's order. So we have to find one doctor that'll say, yes, we'll oversee you're testing all the clients or all the staff or, you know, everybody. We have been unable to do that, and we have checked with pharmacies, we have checked with, you know, the health department, UH, Hillcrest, Cleveland Clinic.
So even with the vaccinations and everything?
Right, yeah, and it's actually one of the state regulations that we cannot open without this.
The state hasn't changed their rules.
Yeah.
Okay.
The state is telling us, I mean, we would love it, and we're getting calls, a lot of not so happy, friendly calls.
Right,
that-
no, sure.
They're ready to come back.
Really,
Yeah.
So this is a
yeah.
new expense, really, due to COVID? Because, you
It's
know,
not, yeah, it's not so much the expense.
Yeah, it's not so much
just
the
trying to find
expense.
somebody who will do the
Yeah.
testing and.
We had a company all lined up, it wasn't gonna cost anything, and this was going back in, I
We had
believe,
the tests.
September. We had the test
tests,
kits.
yeah.
I
Really?
have them sitting over there.
Huh.
We can't do one single test without a doctor saying you can do a test on, you know.
What do you mean though, like saying you can do a
Yeah.
test? That your staff
We
could do it?
physically have to do a COVID test on, you know, on a
And
person.
what does the doctor have to sign off on?
That we're allowed to do that.
It's
order.
technically
It's an
a
order.
medical-
It's like a
still
medical
technically
order.
a medical
Medical order.
procedure, so a doctor has to be the one
Yeah.
saying, yes, do it.
There's like a,
Huh.
And staff had some training too.
And do we
Yeah.
talk to university hospitals,
Oh,
I
yeah.
imagine?
Yeah, we've talked to university, we've talked to the clinic. The clinic was, I think, getting a little close, we're not sure, but
Mhm.
we were talking with the Cleveland Clinic, we talked with, you know, all just local doctors.
I mean, is it
that
like a
are-
liability thing? They don't want
I
to,
believe so.
That's it.
It's, yeah, because it's technically a medical procedure.
Mhm.
If they did it without having the doctor's orders to do it,
Mhm.
they'd be in violation of the medical.
Yeah.
They'd be practicing medicine without a license.
Right, even though it's not the one that, you know, pokes your brain.
Yeah, yeah.
This
so
one's
with this,
that you
is
hear.
this not unique to Jogger County? It sounds
No,
like, I mean, this is
it's
going
not.
all over.
I know
Across.
Western Reserve Area on Aging was really looking at like a 5-county area
Yeah,
that was
that's
having
right.
difficulty with this. Medina is another
Mhm.
big one. They're very similar to us, the way they sit
Mhm.
on the outskirts.
Do you think
Um,
anybody's up and running doing it though, in Ohio anywhere? Or-
Not that we're aware
No.
of, but, you know, I
Okay.
don't know what the
Other
other, down in
senior centers?
southern Ohio, maybe in southern Ohio, I don't know.
Okay.
But I
There
know
are,
in this
there are a
area.
couple of senior centers in Lake
Lake
County
County.
that are
It was
opening, but they're doing it and just saying, we're not gonna do testing.
And it's the
They're
seniors that are
they're
doing
just gonna
it.
be ignore, yeah,
Yeah,
they're just gonna
Yeah.
ignore the rules.
okay.
Well, our seniors would ignore the rules too.
If
We didn't keep the door locked, they would be in there.
Yeah.
you wanna-
Well-
But we,
wanna read
um,
13?
The Department on Aging is requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the Western Reserve Area Agency on Aging modification of 2021 purchase of service agreement number 2 for Older Americans Act Senior Community Services for the period April 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2021. The Family First Coronavirus Response Act and CARES Act aid relief. Funding is specifically appropriated for COVID-19 response, and the Older Americans Act Senior Community Services 2021 contract shall be modified to include some or a combination of funding sources. This modification will increase the total contract award for 2021 to $487,533.89. The original award amount was $276,1515, adding $144,058.74 for home delivered meal service and increase the number of units for supportive services from 1675 to 2675 total units at a cost of $67.46 per unit for an additional $67,460 for a total award of $180,460.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Lemon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks for
take
coming in.
care.
Appreciate it.
Let us know if you need anything. Yeah.
Thank
If you
you.
permit me, there was question at the last meeting about the newsletter from the seniors newsletter.
Yeah,
And everybody, they are still going out, so if you have
Yes.
not received it, you can contact the office and make sure they have the correct information.
right.
If something hasn't happened with your information, so.
And that goes out quarterly or
That goes out monthly.
monthly?
Yeah, we send it out monthly. It gets mailed unless you requested an email.
Mm.
And that's what happens. Sometimes people signed up, 5 years ago, and they put down they wanted it emailed to them. And then all of a sudden this year, they're like, oh, I'm not getting it, and, it's emailed to them,
Yeah.
they change their email.
Or it goes
you
into
know,
spam or something.
Yeah, or it goes in their spam.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it gets, but have them call. Yeah,
Okay.
have them call, and we can get them
So,
straight.
yeah, so if you're not getting it, call the
Call the office.
Department on Aging.
Yeah.
Make sure they have your correct information.
Good.
That would work, thank you.
Very good, thank you.
Thanks.
Department of Water Resources.
Good morning, everyone.
Top of the morning to you.
So I have a few items as usual. I guess it's number 14 to start off with.
Yes, 14 it is.
Yes.
Okay, first one, we're requesting the board approve and execute a service contract with Perfection Landscape to perform lawn maintenance at the northern locations. There we go, and southern locations of our property for a period of April 12th through December 31st, 21, in an amount not to exceed $20,625.
Have you hired this company before?
Yes, we had them last year, and we actually increased the number of sites that they're going to do, and they did a really good job last year. In the past, I guess during Jerry's regime, we used them once or twice, and we let
We
them.
had used them once before,
Let
and
'em-
we actually kicked them off.
Yeah.
But, so last year, we made sure that they were perfect last year, so.
Okay, very good, I'll make the
They learned their
motion.
lesson, I guess.
Second the motion.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Next item we have, really doing some cleanup with names, as we do periodically change commissioners with the election season. So the department's requesting the board approve and execute resolution 21042, authorizing Mr. Dvorak, member of the board, to serve as the chief executive officer and certifying representative of the application that was submitted to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission state capital improvement and/or local transportation improvement programs, and to execute documents as required.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Next one, really the next three are bound together. The first one is rescinding a motion from March 23rd for the OPWC Commission Appendix C disbursement request form and certification number 6 for the Auburn Corners wastewater treatment plant expansion and Troy Oaks wastewater treatment plant conversion project in the amount of $119,472.13. So we're rescinding that one and taking that amount of money and dividing it between two separate funding sources. One
Okay.
being OPWC and the other OWDA. And if you would like, I do read the other two to you.
Go ahead.
What's the point of that, or the purpose of that?
Well, the dilemma was we didn't have as much money under the one
Oh,
loan
okay,
agency, so we had to parse it out.
Okay.
We lost track of it.
I see.
So I'll read the next two. And this next one is with the OPWC, so we're requesting the board approve and authorize Tim Lennon, board member and CEO, to execute the OPWC Commission Appendix E disbursement request number 6 for the Auburn Corners and Troy Oaks project in the amount of $19,706.64.
Excellent, okay.
That coupled with the next amount of money I'm going to read to adds up to the way we rescinded it. The last one here, tying to that original rescission, the department is requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute OWDA fund payment number 7 and the contractor's estimate for Auburn wastewater plant Troy Oaks conversion project in the amount of $99,765.49.
Okay.
So those are the three bound together.
I'll make the motion on, what is it?
16, 17, 18.
16, 17, 18.
I second that motion.
Commissioner Lennon?
Aye.
Commissioner DeWart?
Aye.
And now we have another payment outside of those due to Workman Industrial Service. We're requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the request for partial payment number 12, contractor's estimate number 8 at Ohio Development, Water Development Authority Fund payment request number 8 for the Workman's Industrial Service for the Auburn Corners and Troy Oaks project in the amount of $147,000, $905.53. This is pretty much, we're almost done with this project.
That was gonna be my question. When is this gonna be complete? And,
It's over 90% complete. There's some punch list items that we're trying to get resolved with the contractor. The two filters in the filter building, brand new that were installed, appear to have bad welds. So we're not releasing them, nor have we released any retainage that we've had. We've been going back and forth with them on this. Last Thursday, we had the Evacuate company personnel out to look. We cleaned out the filters, which are basically big stainless steel housing units, and we're waiting on the report this week. But they're faulty welds, and we're not going to pay for 2 filters that are leaking.
No. All right, I'll make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Yes.
The next item, number 20, we're requesting the board grant permission to advertise for bids for the McFarland wastewater treatment plant 14 ultraviolet module replacements to be held on Wednesday, May 5th, 2021 at 2 p.m. Notice of this bidding will be advertised on April 22nd and on the county website.
So move.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Aye.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes. On that, is, when I toured that plant, and you pulled up that filter, those are the ones that we're talking about, right?
With the lights?
Yes.
The racks, yes.
It's the racks. Okay.
Yes, we had to go out to bid, actually, you know, with the plant being under consent order agreement, we're doing some really, and we had a lot of turnover of people down there. We're doing some very, very critical scrutiny of all the equipments and all the items, and we found that really all the racks need to be replaced.
Yeah.
So we did purchase our first, I think, 10 with funds we did have available, but the amount was so much that we went to bid on the remaining 14. It's important because there's a certain season where the UV lights, I think in May, first week of May, the UV have to be working, and that kills more of the bacteria, which is more prevalent in the summertime.
Is that system almost obsolete, or are we good
No.
for 10 years, or?
We're spending this money knowing that we're going to keep this part of the facility going.
Okay.
And as part of the plan, as we enter the planning and design with HDR to retain that part of the plan. That works actually well, but it's high maintenance, and that's okay.
Is there an alternative to that? Or
Chemicals.
There is, it's chemicals, and you put chlorine in, and then put dechlorination in to
Take
do it.
And it's expensive?
more, yeah, well,
Or-
it's just more manpower intensive,
I see.
making sure the chemicals are there. UV is just running all the time.
all the
so-
time? Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Motion in 20?
We did,
add
yeah.
Borough
Okay,
to
I had a
21.
question after. Okay.
21, we're requesting board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the U.S. Department of Agriculture annual reporting requirements, certified list of governing body and contact persons regarding the facility and financial information, and this is updating records with the USDA.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
So moved.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Any other questions? I'm moving out.
No, looks good.
Thank you.
Good
Okay.
stuff. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay.
What's next here?
Next item is the bid for the FF&E, which is fixtures, furniture, and I forget what the E is for.
Equipment.
Equipment.
Thank you. For the new building, to go out for bid for that portion of the project.
Okay, very good. I'll make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes. In my notes, transit.
We do have an addition on here.
I didn't know if you wanted to explain it before I...
Yeah, we have an employee at the Department of Transit that is, was out on medical leave. So we have approval of past where she was not, where she didn't have sick time to be out, to approve that for her being out and for her FMLA. And then what was the other?
Paid in.
And then, yeah, she was, about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, she was put out with regards to paid administrative leave, so we could have a, what's the term?
Fitness for duty.
Fitness for duty, thank you. Fitness for duty. We ordered for her fitness for duty for return.
Okay.
So this is just kind of catching up on past.
Okay.
Do we need a motion on this? or-
I have two if you want me to read that.
Read the motion, please.
The Transit Department is requesting the board approve family medical leave of absence for an unpaid medical leave of absence for Andrea Scheid, full-time driver for up to 400 hours not covered by accrued sick and vacation leave during payroll period number 3 through March 25th, 2021, payroll number 7. And then the second one is the Transit Department is requesting the board approve the placement of Andrea Scheid, full-time driver on paid administrative leave for the period March 26th, 2021 through April 13th, 2021.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes. And then I have one item. NOAC is forming a new committee. It's called Emerging Leaders. And we need a a person to take that spot for an emergency leader, and I'd like to make the motion for Jared Miller to be the representative.
I'll second that.
Mr. Lemon?
Yes.
Mr. DeBoer?
Yes,
Jared Miller, is he like a trustee? Is he-
Burton Township
Okay.
trustee. So you should have all the information to give to Nowak.
Since we're talking about appointments, how are we doing, when is the library board appointment coming up?
It's the end of June.
Are we getting any applicants?
Well, I think, I know the library board itself goes through their own process in making a recommendation to the board in the past. But I also think that we should also, advertise and look for nominees like we have in the past for, all the other boards we do. So maybe.
Do you want to do just like a memo, like on the website, like we did with the planning and mental health, or do you want to actually put an ad in the paper?
Whatever we've been doing, for like mental health.
We just put
Yeah.
we just put a memo like that we were asking for applications up on the main page of the website with where they can find applications.
Okay, let's do that. We've been getting a lot of good inquiries, so let's do that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I agree.
And that's a 7-year term, correct?
it is.
Yeah.
I will get with Jerry. We'll put together the memo with the specifications of what is required for that applicant.
And I was out the last couple of weeks on vacation, but did we get the mental health board seat filled?
Yes,
did. Okay.
they appointed Kathy Johnson.
Oh, good, okay. And how are we doing with, do we have any others that are vacant or coming up that you know of? Or?
Nope, they're all kind of like more towards like, you have a library in June and we have like one in October and then the rest of them will come due.
Okay,
The one that will be in August is LEPC and that will come from Roger
oh, right.
for the,
okay.
not LEPC, the not LEPC, it's their mitigation
Okay.
for it's a 2-year appointment. It's escaping me what the
But he
term is
usually-
at the moment.
he usually
Yes,
brings
but
us-
Roger will
yeah.
bring you the applications and make that recommendation
Okay.
because they're specific to the positions within the
Yeah.
county.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good. Okay.
Commissioner's office is requesting the board move to executive session for purposes of discussing pending litigation.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lemon?
Yes.
Commissioner Ford?
Yes.
We'll have Jerry.
Laura and Mr. Blazer here as
Yep.
well.
Good.
I did pretty good.
Yeah.
I was worried there for a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't seen the like Maple Leaf or the Sugar Valley
They
Times.
send the one young kid that's usually here.
Yeah.
He is from the Maple Leaf and he records it, and then Sam requests the audio.
Oh, okay.